Hi everyone, in today's video I'll talk about how can we make a static model. First we will start with divide the reservoir that we have to smaller grids. Then we will upscale the properties that we have to these grids. And what I mean by properties are the porosity, permeability and water saturation, and these values comes from well logs that they had taken from the wells that had been drilled. So yeah, first thing we have to upload these data to Petrel, and I've talked about these things in the previous videos, so you can watch them if you didn't upload these last files of the properties to Petrel. And after that, after we make a static model, we will upload, or we will make oil water contacts, and we will talk about this too, and then we will calculate original oil in place. So yeah, actually, as you can see here, I've made this static model for Bazargan, but I will delete this model and start it again step by step, so you won't miss anything. Okay, so let's start. As I have talked before, that we have to upload the wells with their well tops, and we have to upload the contour maps that we have, and then we can make polygon and these surfaces. And this is the last step that I have done in the last video, and now I'll continue with make simple grids and make static model. First thing, you have to press on simple grids. You will find this icon in 2017, but if you have 2009 version, you can find it here in Utilities. It has the same name. It's make a simple grid, and when you press on it, this window will open, and you can do the same steps. First thing, press on insert surfaces, because we have surfaces, and you have to notice that you have to upload or to enter them from the top to the bottom. I have at the top MB21, and after that I have MC1, MC2 and Romeda. So after that, press on geometry and press on polygon, then get limits from selected, so it will take X and Y values from the polygon that you have made. Here you have the size of the grid that you will make. You can make it 500 or 5 or 50, depending on your computer and its properties. If you have low properties computer, you can select this option, or you can make it bigger. I'll select it 50 by 50, and then you can apply it, so you will see this. Okay, so now this is these are the grids that we have made. So now let's continue with making horizon, and you can do that by press on this icon. If you have 2009, you can find it here at the same place where you find simple grid, you can find make simple grid, and under it you can see make horizons. When you press on it, this window will open, and you can make horizons. As you can see, I've already done that, but let's delete it and start new one. So I have 4 layers, so I will make 4 horizons. The first one for MP21. Here in well tops you have to select the tops of MP21, and here the second one, which is MC1, and this is MC2, and at the bottom we have Romele. And here in this window you can upload, or you can select the surfaces. I will start with MB21, and then MC1 for the second one, MC1 for the second one, yes, and MC2 for the third one, and at the bottom we have Romele. Now we have made the grids. Here you can change the color if you want, and then press on apply. It will take time. Okay, so now we have finished structural model, and these are the horizons. Okay, so now we have to make layering for the reservoir, and what we mean by layering is to divide the reservoir vertically to grids, and we can do that by pressing on this icon. If you have 2009, you can find it at the same place. Its name will be like layering, and this window will open. Okay, so here you have the name of the layer that you have. We have 3 layers. The first one between the top and the bottom, between the top of MP21 and the bottom of MC1, and the second one between MC1 and MC2, and the third one between MC1 and Romele. And here you have to select yes for these to calculate it. Here you have the number of the layers that you will divide your reservoir vertically for. I will select them 5, 5, 5. If you have low properties computer, you can select them to small grids. It won't affect that much, but it will give you more accurate values if you select it, if you divide it to more grids. And now we have finished that. By pressing on apply, it will be divided. As you can see here, we have divided the reservoir to vertical grids. And now we can start with upscale the well log properties. I will do it from here, and you can find it at the same place where you find make horizon and make simple grids. It will all be at the same place if you have 2009 version. So first thing, press on it, and this window will open. Here we will divide or we will make upscaling for the well logs that we have. Now create a new, and here select the properties that you want to upscale. These are the well logs that we have uploaded. As you can see here, we have properties, net growth, and water saturation. Let's start with net growth, and here you have to select all to take all the wells. If you didn't upload net growth for all of the wells, it's okay, it won't affect. Here select as points, simple, and don't have anything, I think. Okay, here place on apply, and to make sure it will upscaled, go to well section, and here you can find in properties, of course. Press on net growth and you can find this value. I think it's not correct. I have done something wrong. Wait, let me do it again, because it shouldn't be like this. I'll scale net growth. Select as lines. Okay, it's good. So here you have to select the uh, well logs as, or net growth as lines, not as points. We have to we use points if we want to upload porosity permeability, but here as I have uploaded as lines, as you can see here, net growth value has been uploaded as lines, so it should be as lines here. Okay, so now we have finished that. Now press on create a new and select another value. I'll start with water saturation. Here press all and select it as line, make it simple, and here display it. Okay, create a new, select another property and press apply and display it. Here I need water saturation, I need phi core, which is porosity. Sorry, I didn't do it for all of the wells. Okay, now we have uploaded the properties that we need to make the static model. Let's see what we need to. Water saturation. Okay, these are the vertical and horizontal permeability. You can do it too, but I don't need it here. But I'll do it because you will need it when you make dynamic model. This is horizontal permeability, and we have vertical permeability too. Okay, now we have done with that. Now we have upscaled the well logs. Now what we have to do is to is to upscale these properties to the grids that we have divided our reservoir to. Okay, so now we have to upscale these properties to the grids that we have made, or the layers that we have made. Here we have 3 layers, so we have to upload our properties to these layers. First, start with property modeling, press on it and then select Petrel physical modeling. This window will open, and here you can, or here you have the properties, and here you have the layers. So first then start with the first property, which is net gross, and then upscale it for every single layer that you have. Uh, I'll start with the first layer, which is between MB21 and MC2. Here unlock this, and you can select the azimuth angle. First then let me show you what do we mean by azimuth angle. If you open the map and display the surface that you have for Bazargan, you can see this angle. This is the north, and this angle represents the azimuth angle. So here it's minus 45, and we can select it like this. So this is the angle. Here you can enter 45, and it will be selected. So this is the azimuth angle. In Bazargan it's 45, minus 45. Here you have to select the method, and it's sequential Gaussian elimination, sequential Gaussian simulation. Sequential Gaussian simulation. Okay, here distribution. Just press on estimate, and this value will be selected. Now you can press on apply, and it will be upscaled. Okay, so this is the first property. We have uploaded the first property. As you can see here, we have uploaded the first property to this reservoir. Here you have to select the second layer and do the same step. Press on estimate, and here select the sequential Gaussian animation and the angle, which is 45, minus 45. And press on apply. So as you can see here, it's upscaled, and do that for the third layer. Okay, so now we have finished upscaling these properties to the layer, and as you can see here, these are the upscale properties. Okay, so now start with the second property that you have, which is the water saturation. And here you can do the same step by unlock this and select sequential Gaussian simulation and estimate this, and here select the angle, azimuth angle. So you can see here, this is the second property. I've done it for MB21, MC1, and this is second one, the second layer. Select the angle, and then select the method. Okay, so this is the second property, and sorry, the second layer, and here we have the third layer. Okay, now we have done with the second properties, which is SW. Now we need only phi core, or the porosity that has been estimated from the course. And you can do the same steps to upscale this property. Okay, so this is the first layer, and this is the second layer. So here I have to select here I have to select sequential Gaussian simulation, so I will recalculate it. Now we have only the third layer. Okay, so now we have upscaled the properties to the reservoir, and this is the phi and this is the water saturation. Now we have to make oil water contact for our reservoir. In Bazargan we have 3 layers and we have south and north dome, so we have 2 elevation for, or 2 depth for oil water contact, and these are the depths that we have. So here we have to make polygons for the north dome and then for the south dome, because we have 2 elevations and we can't give it the same depth. So let's start with doing polygon. Now here select the polygon for the north dome first, and then make a new one for the south dome. Okay, so polygon number 2 for the north dome and polygon number 3 for the south dome. Now here we can calculate the contacts. Press on contact and then create a new contact. First thing, I'll start with north dome. Here I don't have gas oil contact, so I have oil water contact, and here type the name of the layer that you have. Here is the second one, it's oil water contact 2. MC1, and add another one for the third layer, which is MC2. Here you have to select the boundary, and I'll select the boundary of the north dome. And here we have to put the depth of it. So first the depth of MB21 is 3,875, and the second one is okay. So let's continue with the depth of MC1. Okay, so we have done with the oil water contacts for the first dome, which is the north dome, and you can see it here. Now let's start with the south dome and enter its values. So press on contact and create a new one. Okay, we have 3 layers too, and its name are already set here, but we have to change the depth of it. The first depth of oil water contact is 3,991, 3,891, and the second one is 3,980 50, sorry, and here we have 95. Okay, so now we have done with oil water contacts and the static model. What we have to do is to calculate original oil in place, and we can do that from this icon, which is volume. Here we have oil and water. We don't have gas cap, so that's why we didn't select this one. Press on general, and here select the value of net gross that we have already upscaled, and here porosity, I think. Okay, here is the value of net gross, and here the saturation, water saturation, and here we have the values of BO and RS selected like this. This is these values for Vezergan. BO is 1.34 and RS is 92.6. We don't have gas cap, so we didn't select anything. Here are the equations that it will be calculated. So now press on run. Okay, so this is the final result, and as you can see here we have the bulk volume, and here we have the values of this is the total bulk volume, and this is the total net gross, and these are the values of the bulk volume for every single layer. Here is the pore volume, and here's the hydrocarbon pore volume. Here we have the original oil in place. This is at the surface, of course, and these are the rest of the calculations.